Sisters and brothers of America,
soon after his stupendous success in speaking about Indian spirituality at the World Parliament of Religions in 1893, on his return to India, Swami Vivekananda exhorted,
That I went to America was not my doing or your doing. The God of India, who is guiding her destiny, sent me and will send hundreds of such to all the nations of the world. No power on earth can resist it. You must go out to preach your religion. Preach it to every nation under the sun, and preach it to every people. This is the first thing to do.
In the last 100 years since Swami Vivekananda awakened the Indian consciousness to propagate their spiritual values worldwide, several enlightened spiritual masters of India have taken their own message to the world at large, creating lasting impressions of the great vision of Sanatana Dharma. The great Western thinkers and historians began to explore the blossoming of a new spiritual vision.
today we are living in the transitional chapter of the world's history, but it is already becoming clear that a chapter which had a Western beginning will have to have an Indian ending if it is not to end in the self-destruction of the human race. And at this supremely dangerous moment in human history, the only way of salvation for mankind is an Indian way.
India was a motherland of our race, and Sanskrit, the mother of Europe's languages. She was the mother of our philosophy, mother of much of our mathematics, mother through the Buddha of the ideals embodied in Christianity, mother through the village community of self-government and democracy. Mother India is in many ways the mother of us all.
India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. Our most valuable and most instructive materials in the history of man are treasured up in India only.
Religious faith, in the case of the Hindus, has never been allowed to run counter to scientific laws.
Books like American Veda and How I Became a Hindu have become extraordinarily popular among the Western authors and historians who have declared themselves Hindus. Some Western universities have introduced Hinduism as a faculty besides studies in Sanskrit. Like Hindus, a large number of Americans believe that there is not a single way alone to reach God. A majority of them follow yoga and meditation, believe in karma and rebirth. A sustained thought flow from the Indian spiritual tradition has led several endogenic institutions across the world to create a paradigm shift in Western attitudes, perceiving India now as the spiritual leader of the world. Comprehensive information on these organizations has become a felt need today. Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari, under the leadership of its president, Sri Parameshwaran, has taken up the mammoth task of bringing out an all-inclusive directory to create a reference point for all these institutions to know one another and work together towards world peace. The Directory of Indogenic Spiritual Organizations outside India. A number of leading spiritual organizations are graciously extending their goodwill, cooperation and blessings for this project. The directory will cover several categories of Dharma traditions, including Jain, Buddhist and Sikh traditions, and such others with roots in India's heritage, dedicated to universal well-being and acknowledging the spiritual right and freedom of others. Go ahead, become a part of this historic global directory by submitting details about your organization through our online submission at www.disoa.org.